Hi everybody, this is Todd V.
And I'm Herman Leonard.
And welcome to Arts Quest. In this episode of Arts Quest, we're going back to the Art Museum.
Back? I don't know why I look so confused. I was just...
Yeah, you're like, what?
What's happening?
We're going back to the Art Museum to check out
no
another
idea.
cool exhibit. I know, but it's this
it
one.
It was. Now I'm back.
Remember the black and white photography?
No, it's amazing.
Of Herman Leonard?
I was good.
Did I say it?
Herman Leonard.
Herman Leonard.
Anywho.
Anyway, really cool exhibition because here's a guy who fell in love with jazz. And he just wanted to photograph.
I wanted to photographize.
He wanted to photographize jazz musicians. And a lot of his work, as you'll see in this piece...
You just left in photographize.
I know. I like it.
That's awesome.
In this piece, you'll see him...
Stay in school.
Well, he loved that, and he got this...
You're getting a little bit windy here.
I know. All right.
You're losing me.
He liked to photographize. Well, before Aaron falls asleep, maybe we should go check out the exhibition.
All-Star Jazz, the photography of Herman Leonard, is an exhibition that's drawn mostly from the collection of the Akron Art Museum. So we have a wonderful trove of about 31 Herman Leonard photographs that have been given to us by several donors, and I was waiting with bated breath to be able to show them, and delighted to be able to do that now. This exhibition was, I may be speaking about it, but the person who put it together is one of our interns, Catherine Fodor, and it's the first exhibition that she ever organized, and I think she did a fabulous job. We have 22 works on view, and 2 of them are from an Akron private collection. Mike Lapides and his family own them. So it was wonderful to find 2 additional shots in the area that add different dimensions. Leonard went to school in Ohio, went to Ohio University, studied photography, and this was back in the 40s, which was a pretty rare thing to be able to do, and in those days, because there weren't very many photo programs. And he also started going to jazz concerts, and he became enamored of jazz, and he began to go and photograph, and we have actually a photograph from one of the first concert that he went to. And that was to become his lifelong passion, his métier, and eventually even earned him a living, photographing jazz. And so in 1948, he moved to New York, opened up a studio, and ended up meeting various record company executives, music producers, and traveled all around the world photographing jazz musicians. You have to realize that in the 40s, jazz was still a kind of an underground movement, and it was sort of on the edge, on the cutting edge. So not the staid, staple sort of American genre with great honor that it is now. And Leonard's talent, Leonard's ability with lighting and with capturing both an image and the confidence of the performers is what sets his work apart. He was able to convey to them his passion for music, and they allowed him to watch rehearsals and to be involved with him. He would go to these nightclubs before they ever opened and set up his lighting. So when you look at the shots, you may think you're looking at just a casual snapshot. Oh, I could do that. But in fact, especially the performance shots, they're not just somebody standing up with a camera, snapping something and sitting back down. He would arrange lighting beforehand. He had strobes. He had remote lighting, and was able to create these kinds of images that convey the smoky, dark, exciting, electric atmosphere of the jazz club in a way that nobody else could. And now it's a cliche, but he's the person who invented the cliche, and that's one of the reasons that it's really wonderful to go back and see the originals, the works that created that whole sense of jazz. All of his prints are silver gelatin, but they are not, the prints in this show are not vintage, they are originals. He had a wonderful huge archive of images, and he lived in France for a while, did some fashion photography as well as pursuing his passion for jazz, and eventually moved to New Orleans. Well, in 2005, you might remember, Hurricane Katrina came and it flooded his studio. Now luckily he had stored his negatives someplace else where they were safe, but he lost almost all of his stock of prints. So if you hadn't bought it before then, there was no vintage print around. So all of these are fairly modern prints. He ended up moving to LA. He couldn't stay in New Orleans, even though he felt it was really the city he was always meant to be in. It just was too tragic for him, having lost so much there, and moved to LA, and he died in 2010. So the prints that we have here are works that he made and printed, but not vintage. They're not from the times when the image was shot. The exhibition remains on view through July 10th and overlaps with the beginning of Downtown at Dusk. So you can come and listen to music and look at music. You can find out more information at the Akron Art Museum website, www.akronartmuseum.org.
So that's the Herman Leonard Show, now on exhibition at the Akron Art. Wait, why do you look surprised? You're like a raccoon in the headlights.
I was doing scared. I was doing like...
We're on.
So the art museum was fantastic.
Yes, it was. Very cool show. You need to go check it out because it's only up through a few
Or
months.
check him out.
Herman Leonard.
Check him
him
Leonard.
out. Yeah, check out the work.
Herman
Leonard.
You don't type... That was not an earthquake.
It's Spine's a happy spot. Until next time, you can check us out at artsquesttv.com. And there's more than just episodes of us there. You'll actually get to see all the latest arts news. So be sure to check it out.
Which is cool.
If you're looking for something to do, we've got all the information for you. So check that out. Also, you can check out our Facebook page, and you can follow me on Twitter.
Is there? Okay.
Why?
Are you?
They can
Go
if they
ahead.
want to. It's optional. I didn't say you had to continue watching the show.
If you're feeling desperate,
Yes,
you
could do that.
too can join God's Twitter followers.
Yes, it's a party.
He's fascinating.
I know. Check it out.
I know. Did you just? I know. Did you hear that?
We'll see you next time. Ready?